Hello Los Ranchos, this is Teresa Tree, Miss Tree here, and I want to show you another thing that is really good to do at this time of year, which is early February, is to start thinking ahead of all the crops that you want to grow and get all excited about what seeds you have, take an inventory of the seeds you have, and then lay them out and see, oh my goodness, I can't wait till I plant such and such. Let's take a look. Okay, so here's your garden right now. Things are growing in February. That's still like this cool season crops, and you can still plant some of the cool season crops. And let me show you some of the seeds. For example, the peas. I can plant peas right now, and beets, arugula, kale, turnip, carrots, radishes, lettuce, spinach. This is called sorrel. I've never tried that before. Onions, leeks, and broccoli. These are the things that are growing now, and you might still be able to get some of them in the ground, although broccoli is pretty too much late for that. Okay, these are all what's called cool season crops. All right, and then down the middle of the table I put some flower seeds. Sweet peas, verbena, a mix for bees, flax, mix for butterflies, grandmother's cut flower garden, zinnias, marigolds, poppies. Okay, so flower seeds, you have to make sure you read each packet in the back. It tells you if it's going to be for the fall or for the spring. So that's something that you can read and discover and get excited about, is what kind of flowers you could have in your garden. And then you have to wait a little bit more until it gets warmer and it gets closer to summer, and then you can plant in the ground your beans and your corn. Okay, basil is a summer crop. Peppers are grown in the summer, as well as tomatoes, eggplants, squashes, and then these are called summer squash, and then there's winter squash. All right, these you grow later in the season. They grow into the fall, and then like pumpkins, they're related and they grow into the fall. And gourds, so cute. I want to grow some of those. So again, you got to mix and match your seeds to the season. All right, cool season crops, warm season crops, and then the flowers are kind of a mixed bag. You got to figure out if they are cool or warm season crop. So start planning ahead. Start taking out your seeds from your box or an envelopes or a crate. Let me show you what's inside of this crate. This is lettuce seeds. That was a lettuce plant, and then at the very top is the seeds. So I'm going to just shake these out, get a whole bunch of seeds out of the little tippy tops here, and on the bottom they'll drop and I can collect lettuce seed. And while we're here, let's just do a quick little tour. This is kale. Remember, when you pick kale, you're supposed to pick the leaf all the way down. Pull it down. Some kids had a hard time pulling some of those off. That one got really, almost all of its leaves off. They're growing taller and taller. We're calling them kale trees now. And let's see, last week I planted the broccoli. And it's weird that, if you remember, they were like purple, so I planted some fresh green ones, and these ones already turned purple too. So I guess that's when it gets too cold at night, the leaves turn purple. You know, sometimes that happens to your skin. Get too cold, kind of turn purple. So that's what these broccolis have done. Some other seasonal changes is that it's time to harvest all of these radishes and carrots and turnips and beets and get them out of the ground and plant the next crop. Okay, here's something else that signals the change of the seasons. these white cabbage loopers, cabbage moths, are coming back to nibble on the garden, which is not a good sign because they lay their eggs on the broccoli and the cauliflower, and then they start eating the leaves. Okay, here's one now. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, it's looking to land and to put its eggs down. It found a flower. Now that's another nice thing that's happening seasonally, is your flowers are starting to grow. So that's a sign of warmth and changing of the seasons. Instead of everything being too cold to grow, now they're getting warm, and the bees come when it's warm, and here they are going from flower to flower. Look at that. You got the bee and the cabbage moth were on that same flower together, and that bee now is over on that flower. That's what they do. They pollinate. They go from flower to flower to flower. So signs of spring is that the flowers are starting to grow again. And it's definitely time to take all of the tomatoes out. This is the last one that now got frost and died in the frost, so I got to take that one out. So look for the seasonal changes in your garden. Things are always changing. Get outside and notice and see that plants are starting to grow. Some of the trees are starting to bud and develop some leaves as well, getting ready for spring. Stay happy, healthy, and smart. Bye-bye.